It's my birthday, I'm 25, and I'm fucking fired up to go out and make the most of the life I've got ahead of me. 25, that's a quarter of a century now. We're getting there. We're getting closer to my lifelong ambition of living to 100 years old. Every birthday I wake up and I'm like, is this it? Am I 100 yet? And I check what year it is. And I go and get my birth certificate and I check what year I was born. And I do the subtraction. And I gotta be honest, it's always way off. 100's the minimum I want to live to as well. Maximum, like 110 to 115. After that point, I'm going to start causing havoc with those date of birth filters on web forms. Have you ever done that where you're signing up for a website and it asks for your date of birth and then you go to the lowest year and it's like 1921 or whatever and you're like, what? So I'm not allowed to be over 100 and use Amazon Prime? That's bullshit. I want to watch James May, Our Man in Japan. Fucking love that young whippersnapper. This is discrimination. I've got 75 more years to go till I'm 100. 75 more years of these videos. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. Eric Rushton on the AI apocalypse. Eric Rushton on the uninhabitable inferno that our planet has become due to climate change. Eric Rushton on the surprising comeback of the pop star Mika. He's coming back. He is down, but he is not out. I'd love to get a postcard from the Queen as well. Although by the time I'm 100, I guess she probably would be dead. So it'd be like Prince William or his kid or whatever. I've never seen those postcards, but... And I'm sure they're really official looking things, but I really hope they're like, she just makes them on funkypigeon.com. It's just her photoshopped onto a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Because you mentioned you liked them when you were 10. It's like, I'm over the Ninja Turtles, Liz. I don't like them. I'm glad you can use a computer. I'm impressed with the technological prowess you're exhibiting, but I don't like them anymore. 25 is still young, innit? But people who are older love to tell you how young you are. And I don't know when that ends. Because like I said, I know 20s is young, but I'd say that's the first decade when you start to notice the passage of time. That's when you start to realise that there are people that are younger than you that have done more than you. Like Mary Shelley, she wrote Frankenstein when she was 20. I'm 25 and I start to think, I'm probably not going to write Frankenstein now. And it's already been done, which is a major problem. But you're still too young for it to be acceptable for you to complain about that concern of getting older. Without people being like, 25, you're a baby. You're literally a baby. You should still be in a nappy. And causing a huge strain on a marriage. Try being 40 and being a real adult, having real problems. And I agree with them about the nappy. It would be easier, but like I said, when does it end? Do 80-year-olds have a go at 60-year-olds when they complain about their age? What, you still have your cognitive faculties and can walk without assistance? You're an absolute embryo. I've even started to do it with people younger than me. I'm like, what, you're 19? You're a bab. You're a bab, mate. You don't even know how real this shit gets when you turn 25. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of the world now. I've seen hope and joy and pain and misery and heartbreak. I've seen an economic collapse. I think I've seen two of them. I've seen a pandemic. But what I haven't seen is fundamental change in the economic machinations of this country. And I am furious. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And I'm sick of it. When are we going to start seeing change? Every year on my birthday, when I blow out the candles on my birthday cake, I wish for a rethink of the economic status quo, and I never get it. Except for when I was 10, I wished for an Xbox 360. And yes, that's potentially morally hypocritical. Fueling the capitalist machine, putting more money in the hands of the rich. But what you're forgetting is Alex Howson had one. And he used to brag about it, so I had to put my rampant anti-commercialism aside for 1 year. And guess what? I did get one, so dreams can come true. 25, have I done enough in those years? I'm always asking myself, I don't know if it's kind of mental, but I'm always like that, like, have I done enough for how old I am? You don't have that when you're a kid. Birthdays when you're a kid, you're like, man, I'm getting older and stronger and increasingly legally allowed to do things. I'm 13, man, I've got pubes. I'm 16, man, I can legally have sex. I'm 18, man, I can go to the pub. I'm 21, man, I'm out of uni and I can get whatever job I'm on. I'm 25, shit, I haven't quite achieved what I thought I would by now. And there's already a generation behind me. And even things like TikTok seem confusing to me. You peak physically in your mid to late 20s. Like athletes doing that. That's mad, isn't it? That's a young age to peak. Like the average age of death is something like 78. So we spend so much of our lives in decline. Like when a footballer's in their 30s, they're considered like a pensioner. They're like, oh, when's he going to retire? He's past it. But I guess it doesn't matter if you peak physically because we're always growing up here. Although mentally, I think we peak mentally as well around the same age because your brain loses its plasticity or some shit, so it becomes harder to learn things. But spiritually, I mean, I'm still young in terms of figuring out how to live life, how to be in relationships, how to be generous and kind and all that shit. So that stuff, that's ongoing, innit? That never ends. So at least we've always got that to work on until death does eventually take us. And every birthday you can remind yourself of that. Little present from me. See you next time.